Infinix Nigeria, established in 2013, strives to improve the lives of its users by providing smart devices that incorporate cutting-edge technology and innovative designs to address their specific needs. This commitment is further reinforced with the launch of the latest flagship smartphone, the Note 30 series. The Note series portfolio is recognized for its exceptional performance and iconic design, and the Note 30 series continues this tradition. Tech influencer and creator Kagan Tech tells us more about the device. Thank you so much for joining us on Tech Trends, Kagan Tech.
Thank you for having me.
As a tech influencer, what do you like most about Infinix smartphones?
So, the really interesting thing for me about Infinix phones is the price to the value that the phones offer. I always find that when Infinix puts out a new phone, right, I have difficulty finding another phone at that price point to compare to the Infinix. It's always so difficult. And a great example would be this phone that I'm holding, right? I cannot think of any other phone that offers me the same things that this phone does at that price point right now. It's just impossible.
Now let's talk about the Note 30 series, which is what you have in your hand right now. Can you tell us about the all-round fast charge feature?
The beautiful thing about the fast charge for this phone is that first off, it's a 68-watt fast charging. The charging brick and the cable comes in the box, right? And from a completely dead phone, if you've already killed your battery, right, you can charge for 30 minutes and get 80%. Now, another really interesting thing is if you can charge really quickly, like maybe you don't have a lot of time, you just plug in real quickly, you get like 10 minutes of a charge in. You can still Netflix for like 2-3 hours, right? You can still consume YouTube content, you can still play music, you can still text people back, use social media without your phone dying in just 10 minutes of a quick charge, which is, I don't know how else to say it, but that's just completely impressive. Also, this phone actually also supports power delivery 3.0 and power delivery 2.0. Which means if you're careless, you lose your 68-watt fast charger that Infinix gave you in the box, you can also use other power delivery chargers to charge the phone and still get your fast charging, essentially, if you need it.
Still on the fast charging feature of the Note 30 series, what's the speed like?
Okay, so for the speed of the fast charging on this phone, you can charge from 0 to 80% in about 30 minutes. So if you wanted a quick charge, like maybe you don't have a lot of time, or maybe you have like a short break during the day or something, or you quickly put this on the charger to charge for like 5-10 minutes, you actually still get around 3 hours of like YouTube consumption, Netflix consumption, things like that, which is quite impressive for a phone around this price point. It's just really interesting that the phone charges that quickly, and it also has like some other interesting things about the charging, right? So for example, I'm a gamer. Sometimes I would game on my phone, and it's generally expected that when you're gaming on your phone and charging it at the same time, the phone will get a little hot. But with this phone, that's not going to happen because you can actually do a bypass charge, which means the power is going to be sent directly to the motherboard and it's going to exclude the battery straight up. So you're charging, but you're not exactly charging the battery, so the phone doesn't have to eat up, and then you can game for longer periods without really affecting the temperature of the phone.
And what other features of the Note 30 series interest you?
So it's a lot of things, right? It's a lot of interesting things, to be honest. First off, I like the fact that not only does this have wireless charging as well, like I said, but the fact that this can actually also reverse wirelessly charge other devices, right? So my wristwatches, my earbuds, right? My other phones that have wireless charging, I can charge them using the Infinix Note 30 Pro. Actually, the Note 30 series. So all I have to do usually is I go into the settings, right? So it's called reverse wireless charging, right? When you go into your settings and turn it on, you just toggle on this button right here, and then whatever device you want to charge, as you can see, it's already displaying like a tutorial. Whatever devices you want to charge, you just put them right here, and then it just charges it up. So if you need a quick boost, maybe your friend's phone is dying, your other phone is dying, your wristwatch is dying, you don't have to worry about that. One of the main things that I really like about this phone is that for like the first time, I have an Infinix phone that has the speakers powered by JBL. Now what that means is, unlike in the past where people used to compare like seriously high-end phones to Infinix phones and say, oh, this sounds better, you know, the gaming experience and the sound and the dual speakers are better, that's no longer an issue because first off, these are dual speakers, right? Top and bottom firing. right? And then the quality of the sound when you're actually consuming content like Netflix, watching TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, watching YouTube videos, things like that sounds fantastic. In fact, if you're not using earbuds or earphones like the ones that they give you in the box, you actually still get a really, really immersive experience when you're just listening to music with your phone right in front of your face, which is completely impressive, to be honest.
What differentiates the Note 30 series from similar phones within the same price range?
So here's the thing. That question you just asked me poses another question. What phones? Because to be honest, at a price point of 179,000 naira, I cannot, as a tech person who owns over 60 devices, I cannot think of any other phone at less than 180K that has wireless charging, first of all, then goes on to have reverse wireless charging, then supports PD3, PD2, and bypass charging, and then still gives you a 68-watt wireless charge, a 68-watt charging brick inside of the box, and a 15-watt wireless charger also inside of the box at this price point. It almost seems as though they are giving the phone away for free, to be honest, because if I wanted to buy a 68-watt charger and a wireless charger and all the other accessories in the box, I'm thinking there's probably like 50K left. So how does this phone come out of that price point? So I cannot think of any other phones that I would compare to this right now, except we're talking phones that are selling for like 800, 900, 1 million naira. There's nothing to compare the Note 30 Pro to currently on the market. So one of the really interesting things about the back of the Note 30 Pro is the way it changes colors against the light, right? So you never really know if your phone is green or blue or pink or orange. And then it gets more interesting when you see the camera sensor on the back. It's a 3-pole camera sensor with the main sensor being a 108 megapixel sensor. And then you have a large flash, right? And then with these cameras, you can actually do dual camera recording with the camera on the front of the phone, right? Where you're recording with the selfie camera and the back camera at the same time. As a vlogger, I make videos on TikTok, right? So I can record myself with the camera on the Infinix Note 30 Pro, but I can also record what is behind the camera. So the selfie camera and the rear cameras are working at the same time. So I can have that in split screen and then put that on the internet as content straight up. I don't have to, first of all, record something and then record my reaction afterwards. I can just do that at the same time, so it's more genuine. And then that's like seriously viral content because I use this phone. I also like the fact that the fingerprint sensor is on the side, so I don't have to search the screen for a fingerprint sensor each time or worry about Face ID. The natural way you hold your phone is like this, right? So immediately, look at that. Immediately I put my finger on the phone, it just unlocks. Just immediately I put my finger on it, it just unlocks. It's very fast, very quick, really impressive.
Well, that was such an insightful conversation with you, Kagan Tech. Thank you so much for joining us on Tech Trends.
Thank you for having me. I had a lovely time talking to you about the Infinix Note 30 series today.